Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween. Welcome to another episode of the Koto's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Koto. We got a lot to talk about today. Ian and I, we're going with the little Halloween theme because, it's Halloween, so we got to show some spirit. And, of course, we got to talk some sports. Ian, how are you doing today?
It's not Ian. It is Chester Cheeto, Hot Cheeto, Flaming Hot Cheetos today. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hope everybody gets all the candy that they like. But yes, Patrick, we are here to talk some sports. We're here to talk about our shitty Bears once again. Shitty Blackhawks.
Shitty everything for Chicago. Let's just be real. Everything in Chicago is so shitty. Like, now, and things got more shittier for the Bears because on Sunday, the defense forgot they had a game, I guess. Jalen Johnson wants a trade. And now all of a sudden us, trading for Montez Sweat. I mean, what the hell? I mean, that's still not going to put a smile on my face. The team is fucking 2-6. The only benefit we get out of that is, it's an edge rusher, which we need to force pressure on the defense. But no, every week, this team just finds a way to hurt us. A new way, too.
Yep, a new way. And you and me were texting before the show, and I don't really know too much about the Sweat guy, so I was like, how's he doing? You're like, he's no Chase Young, so
I know. Well, yeah, but he's gonna say, but he came from Washington, got over 100 tackles, but again, no Chase Young. But honestly, we need all the help on the defense we can get. Trade him for a second-round pick. I mean, our defensive front, let's be real, Ian, it's weak as shit. Like, our linebackers, Jack Sanborn, TJ Edwards, and Tremaine Edmonds, they can only do so much. Our secondary can only do so much. If we're not forcing pressure, then that's going to make the opposing QB really comfortable and just throw those balls downfield and make easy completions.
yeah, I don't really think one guy is going to change everything. It's just so disorganized right now with everything. Offense looks great. But defense
like you said last
has just
week
been killing us.
Like you said last week with Bajan, he did show some more positive vibes like we hoped for. So at least that Raider game wasn't a one-game wonder. Bajan looked good. I mean, he had a nice deep ball to Darnell Mooney, which that should have been a touchdown. Wasn't touched. That should have been 6 points. Cole Kmet should have had a touchdown. Bajan looked fine, and he's going to start this week. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah, not too fiery, but, he's not throwing a whole lot of stupid balls. I think he only got one interception this past game, right?
Two.
Two.
The second one was off of Darnell Mooney, so.
Right. So, I mean, that one wasn't his fault. So, kid still looks pretty good. So, we'll see how he goes, and we'll see how we fare this upcoming week.
And then, of course, the offense had a few bad turnover on downs. One where Bajan almost threw another interception, and then we got stuffed on the run. So, if we convert on those fourth downs and score, it's a brand new ball game. But like you mentioned, the defense, completely forgot that a football game. We let Austin Eckler have over 100 yards receiving. Austin Eckler's a running back. So, how that just shows how bad the defense was. And I'll think things for the Bears. Last week we get the win against the Raiders. Like, okay. We look decent. And as always, we come crashing back down to earth. And Ian, like you said, you just can't get your hopes up with this team. I was going through social media this morning and people were like, completely hyped up about the Montez Sweat pickup. And I'm like, okay, but we all were also excited when we signed, fucking TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, traded our first round pick for DJ Moore. We were excited and it hasn't shown. I'm not getting my hopes up until this guy actually does something.
Nah, dude, I don't know what it is. We keep getting all these great players, but I don't know. I mean, I think we have some kind of curse on us or something. Like there's some kind of witch's curse that's on us. And no, it's perfect for Halloween, man. We got to go hunt down that witch. Banjo-Kazooie style.
That witch might be Virginia McCaskey.
Yeah, well, she's the Wicked Witch of the North, that's for sure. She's the Wicked Witch of the NFC North.
And so is George, who's the Warlock of the NFC North.
Yeah, I still don't know. I really hope whenever Virginia McCaskey dies, that this team, that the whole family is just like, you know what? Let's just sell our part because it seems like she's the only one that really
Yes.
cares about it. And I feel like her kids are gonna like money a lot more than owning the team.
And like you said too, Ian, if Chicago ever gets a second football team, I will likely join you on that fan base.
Hey, it's Chicago, man.
Cause I cannot I I just I keep suffering this pain, man. What the hell?
It's a Chicago way, man. We're pretty much used to it. I grew up as a
It's
Cubs fan, so I'm used to it.
White Sox fans, same shit. We were all excited about that 1 year wonder. I mean, there were memories early this week showing of them winning the World Series in 05. I was like, well, so yeah, you and I have had our fair share of baseball misery. We really never saw Michael Jordan, so we're seeing Bulls misery. The only thing saving our asses is the Blackhawks.
I don't know about that. If you
Well, that
tuned
saved
in
us saved our
last
asses in
night,
the past was the Blackhawks in the past.
yeah, in the past, but
Yeah, I'm sorry, in the past. But
holy
yeah,
crap.
nowadays,
The only thing that's worth watching for the Blackhawks this year is Connor Bedard. Holy crap, we suck. He was the only one that scored a goal last night. It was the first goal of the game, and we end up losing 8-1. Oh, that's bad.
I threw that game on and turned it off maybe 10 minutes later.
And it was against the Arizona Coyotes, who play in a fucking high school sized ice arena.
I hate that. That arena sucks. Why are they in that arena? Are they making a new arena or what's the deal?
Well, remember originally they were the Phoenix Coyotes. Then the
Right.
city of Phoenix didn't want anything to do with them. And basically they lost their lease or whatever the hell they had for their stadium. And they went
Fuck.
to a smaller venue. Like, dude, I've been saying for years, I think the first team to relocate will be the Arizona Coyotes because they just don't have a fan base. I mean, dude, look at every time the Blackhawks go there, there is way more Hawks fans down there because we get a lot of people from Illinois that move down there and
Oh
Florida.
yes.
It's and they don't watch hockey down there in Arizona. I don't know what they're doing. They need to bring back the Hartford Whalers, move them to Hartford.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, I keep forgetting Arizona has a hockey team.
Yeah, well, they're just that bad.
Yep, but yeah, no, it's bad Chicago sports right now. It's a living hell.
Man, I'm just pretty much used to it. I don't think we're supposed to be happy as Chicago sports fans. We know what it's
Yeah.
like to be Cleveland fans, I guess.
Yes, Browns fans, we are suffering your pain now.
We sympathize. No, we've been suffering through. We've been having the same pain as them for a long time.
Well, at
Only
least
thing
the
is we
one thing
made it to a Super Bowl in our lifetime, but we lost.
At least the nice thing about Bears is that they never went 0-16 or 0-17 or never went winless.
Never say never, man.
Well, that's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, maybe next year. Fingers crossed.
No. If that happens, I don't know what I don't know, man.
And we're just gonna keep on keeping on, man, because it can't
This
get any worse than that.
team makes us want to drink, makes us want to drive our cars off a bridge. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I New Year, same shit, I guess.
That's what we've been saying every year though.
Yep. Well, the Bears aren't the only teams that played some ugly ass games this week. The Jets somehow won an ugly one against the Giants. There was like a total of 24 punts in that game.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. The Battle of New Jersey.
I know, right? It's so funny to say. People are like, no, New York. I'm like, your football stadium's in New Jersey. So why even call the New York Jets or Giants?
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, that was a rough game right there. But Jets came out on top, man. I didn't think that they'd be anywhere. I mean, Giants still they're both terrible teams.
As
They
always.
both suck, but hey, Jets on top. They don't need
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, I guess.
I appreciate the Carolina Panthers making me look smart on the show next week, pulling off the field, getting their first win of the season.
Yeah, it's about fucking time.
And another ugly game, too, 15-13.
Yeah, that's just a bad game. Boring game to watch. I feel bad for all the fans that went.
Well, we've had our fair share of seeing some shit games. I mean, there have been 6-3 games, 8-0, 18-17.
Yeah, a lot of weird scores.
10-9, 10-8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's football for you, man. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yes, sir.
One of the biggest scary things this weekend, Kirk Cousins out for the season. Ian, I'm not gonna lie, Kirk Cousins was growing on me. I was starting to like the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think he's a little bit overrated, overpaid.
Overpaid, yes.
Yeah, but no, you don't want to wish a torn Achilles on anyone, no matter how much you don't like them. But yeah, that sucks. That was Minnesota's knight in shining armor right there. The guy that could take them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And no, now it's from what I've heard, it sounds like they're gonna be looking for a new quarterback. They're gonna be signing someone. Everybody's looking at Tom Brady.
That's what I'm hearing. Oh God, I swear to God, if he comes back,
Of course, it would only make sense just to make us sad again.
like in our division too.
Yeah,
Remember in 2019, people thought Brady was going to come to Chicago.
we could have had Tom Brady. It's
It,
insane. We could have had him. He
and you
could
mentioned
have won
too,
us a Super Bowl.
and like you mentioned too, Ian, give Tom Brady a challenge behind our god awful offensive line.
Dude, that would be the biggest challenge he would ever have is to play for the Chicago Bears.
That or the New York Jets.
Yeah, either one or the Giants.
Yes. The Saints picked up a big win this week.
Yeah, huge win.
They needed it in the worst way possible. Eagles survive another scare against Washington. Hey, the brotherly shove did not work this time, or whatever you call that play.
The tush push.
The tush push. Yeah, they tried that on the goal line with Hurts, and he actually fumbled the ball, and the Commanders recovered it.
About time that thing didn't work. I hate that so much. But
don't we all?
I heard that there was people that wanted the tush push to be banned.
I don't see anything illegal about it.
No, I mean you just got people that are just shoving the quarterback so you can get a touchdown or an extra yard.
It's legal to help out your teammates. It's legal.
Yeah, just don't carry them, I guess.
Just don't care, like, because there are some strong linemen that can easily carry Hurts. Well, Hurts is a pretty strong dude, so good luck trying to carry Jalen Hurts. But yes, no, it didn't work. I was like, that play is human after all.
Yep, it had to fail eventually.
Exactly. Couple shocking wins on Sunday. The Denver Broncos, out of all teams, beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't feel too pissed off about that Broncos loss anymore.
No, I don't either, but Chiefs better be ready, man. Taylor Swift has just started her new tour in Europe, so she's not going to any more games this year, so Chiefs are gonna drop like a nail.
Which makes sense why they lost, and they only put up field goals on Sunday.
Yep. So Mahomes and Travis just couldn't do anything together just because Taylor Swift wasn't there.
You could have never convinced me that the Chiefs would not score an offensive touchdown. You really
against the Denver Broncos,
who limped past the Green Bay Packers last week, which was awesome to see.
Yeah.
And this time they did let Russ cook.
Russ did cook, which is really rare to see nowadays because usually when Russ cooks, it's spoiled.
Yes. Although, that's good to see the Broncos, though, finally beat a good team.
No, that definitely, man. Definitely.
Now, with week 9 coming up, holy shit, hard to believe week 9 is coming up. The Bears play the Saints on Sunday. I am not getting my hopes up. We'll be watching the NASCAR championship anyway.
Yeah, not really going to be paying attention to the game at all.
Yeah, even though both our drivers are not in the championship war, we'll still watch it because we got ourselves a good Championship 4 setup, which we will touch on later, along with the same thing with the Xfinity. But yeah, for Sunday, the Bears take on the Saints. Not getting my hopes up. A lot of good matchups. The Seahawks take on the Ravens. The Dolphins are going to play the Chiefs in Europe.
Okay.
That should be a good game.
Where in Europe? In England or Germany?
I believe they're playing in Germany. Let me look.
Okay, because I know they've started playing a couple games there.
Frankfurt Stadium, so wherever that is.
That's got to be Germany.
Yeah, it's an 8:30 game, so Germany.
Okay.
That should be a good game. I might get up and watch that whole thing.
Yeah, 8:30. Have some breakfast, watch some football. I like these European games. I don't mind them.
I do too. They're really fun to watch. The Eagles take on the Cowboys. The Bengals take on the Bengals host the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that will be a good game. Bengals Bills, I feel like is always good. Josh Allen versus Joey B. It's gonna that'll be a good game.
Well, the game itself is just gonna, bring back some painful memories because we remember what happened the last time those two teams played in Cincinnati.
Yeah. But I will say that Cowboys-Eagles game is going to be really, really good because Cowboys are actually showing up this year. They're actually really good.
Yeah, Dak Prescott ain't playing much wasn't playing any Taylor Swift on Sunday. Yeah, sorry, America.
Yeah, but Cowboys, I think they're going to do pretty well against the Eagles.
I have to agree. And speaking of the Cowboys, George Kittle's "fuck the Cowboys" shirt. Yeah, they haven't won a game since.
Yeah. So when you kind of got your head in your ass like that, like George Kittle did, yeah, you're gonna take a loss like that. So he needs to just focus on the game. Just focus on the game.
Exactly. There's times where you can have a little fun. There's times where, all right, chill out. Like when I saw that "fuck the Cowboys" sign, I'm like,
yeah.
But Ian, as week 9 approaches, let's make our weekly picks, our lock, upset, and third winner. I'll go with I will go first with my picks. My lock this week, and this one is a for sure. Oh, actually, I take that back. There are some good matchups this week. But my lock, a lot of challenging picks. This one I'm going to play as a safe lock and take the Browns to beat the Cardinals because the Browns are actually good and the Cardinals are shit.
Yeah.
My upset, and you're going to love this one, the Seahawks over the Ravens.
Nice. Gino.
Yep. And my third winner, this is a good one too, Dolphins over the Chiefs.
I like it, man. I like it. All right. So my lock, I'm going to go Titans over Steelers.
I like that.
My upset. I don't know. I guess. Fuck. This is hard. A lot of good, even matchups. Yeah, a lot of even matchups. I guess my upset. It's not even an upset, really. Would be the Chargers over the Jets. I don't know. Just because the Chargers have a worse record. I don't know. This is really hard because a lot of good matchups this week. And then
makes those parlays a little challenging.
Yeah, for real. And my third winner, man, this is so tough. But I gotta go Saints over Bears. They're just more collected than us.
That's a safe pick.
Oh, actually, you know what? Cowboys over Eagles.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I'll do that for my third pick.
Good shit. All right. Well, now we're going to move on from football to baseball. And Ian, the World Series is off to a great start so far. Can't say I'm surprised with the Rangers leading up 2-1. They are perfect on the road in the postseason. Road Warriors, man.
Dude, you gotta love it, man. That's how you win the World Series, is you win on the road.
Exactly.
They've been doing it well.
What blows me away is that they won all 4 of their games in Houston. I know we talked about this last week, but it still blows me away that they won all 4 games in Houston. Like, that's not easy to do.
No, it's not, especially with a rowdy fan base that they got there down in Houston. They did really, really well, and they're off to a great start so far here against Arizona.
Oh yes, and in game one was won by walk-off fashion by guess who?
Say it.
Adolis Garcia,
Yep.
the postseason killer in the
Yeah.
game one. I'm sorry, Arizona took a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, they got a home run to tie it in the ninth as well, and they
Yep.
walked it off in the 10th. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, Arizona was looking to get off to a good start. If they win that game, they be up 2-1, believe it or not, because they won game two in Houston in dominating fashion, which is no surprise because they came into that game pissed off, and then Texas beats them in Arizona. Now I got a feeling the Diamondbacks they'll get a win or two at home because, as we talked about, we're expecting the series to go to 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, I expect 7 out of this. It's just two good teams playing against each other.
Two red hot teams that got hot at the right time because they both, got the wins they needed to in the postseason. Rangers are up 2-1 with the next game coming up tonight. So we'll either see Houston take a 3-1 lead, we'll either see Texas take a 3-1 lead, which I don't want to see that. I would love to see a good series. And as they always say, Ian, 3-1 is the most dangerous lead in sports. We have witnessed it firsthand.
Yes, we have. Yeah, it's very, very dangerous lead, but you can get real cocky and you can lose that lead real fast.
The Rangers almost did it to the Astros.
Yep. And Cleveland did it to the Cubs. Just so I can remind everybody, all the Cleveland fans out there.
Detroit Red Wings fans, you know what we're talking about.
Yep. So Chicago knows how to come back. So we
St.
know we understand.
St. Louis Blues fans,
Yeah.
2014.
Very true.
The Atlanta Falcons in 2020. Do you know what we're talking about? The Detroit Lions in 2020. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yep.
I had to let it out to some of you fans, but yeah, no, I'm not surprised that the Rangers are up 2-1. This is, poised to be a good World Series. Two red hot ball clubs. I am excited for this World Series.
Yeah, it's been a banger so far, and I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Oh yes. Now, Ian, let's go racing now. The final week of the NASCAR season is here, the championship, but let's recap an exciting Martinsville weekend. Let's start with Xfinity. Now, I know at first I was pissed at Creed, but then I look at the replay, I was like, oh, that was just hard racing. But shit got real.
Yeah, it was a great battle with teammates there for an overtime finish. Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill. I don't know, man. I think Austin Hill just kind of fucked himself. If he would have just let Sheldon Creed win and he stayed in second, they both would have made it into the championship four. But he had to play who's got the biggest dick competition and just fuck around with Sheldon just because they don't like each other. We have known that they haven't liked each other pretty much all year long. And that's not good for teammates. You need to get along with each other. But he wouldn't let him by. So Sheldon gave him the bump and run. Innocent. That's what happens at Martinsville. Everyone does it. And then Austin Hill got all pissed off and doored him all the way down to the bottom of the track on the backstretch, which then sent Creed flying into the turn, sent him up the track, and then Austin Hill got into the back of him, which got John Hunter Nemechek into the back of Austin Hill and spun them out and caused a big wreck at the end. And then Austin Hill's mad at Sheldon Creed. Andy Petrie is yelling at him on pit road after the race. You can't do that. Sheldon Creed did nothing wrong. He didn't wreck the guy. He gave him the bump and run. He was trying to get his first win of his Xfinity Series career, and he's trying to get himself into a championship 4 spot as well. So I think that's very unprofessional from Andy Petrie, very unprofessional from Richard Childress for calling him dumb.
I thought that was fake at first, and then I'm like, oh my God, he actually said that.
Yeah. So we know why Richard Childress Racing is relevant. Is because of Dale Earnhardt and Kevin Harvick. If Richard Childress did not know Dale Earnhardt, he'd be working at a fucking McDonald's right now.
I saw that picture.
Yeah. So Richard needs to get his head in line and figures out who's fucking dumb on his race team, because I can tell him that guy in the number 3 car right now, Austin fucking Dillon, is one of the dumbest NASCAR drivers in history.
Right.
Piece of garbage, man. Richard Childress lost a whole lot of respect from me and the NASCAR community. Andy Petrie's lost my respect too. Austin Hill, fine, whatever. He was mad because it was a racing deal, but he played himself, so I'm not mad at him. He's just stupid.
Yeah. What is it? What the hell is it with me liking drivers that like this cause shit? I mean, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs, and now Austin Hill. Like, come on.
Man, that's just play your cards right, and you might get a driver who has absolutely no personality.
Well, at least for Austin Hill, he does. So
yeah, Austin Hill has a little bit, but yeah, Chase Elliott. The only time he had a personality is when him and Kevin got into it a couple years ago, and you saw him get a little mad. But
I know. We both saw it firsthand. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's just a L move by Richard Childress Racing.
Oh, completely L move, especially when he called, Sheldon stupidest driver. Like, you got a dumbass riding the 3 car, right? Making Dale laugh his ass off in his grave.
Yeah,
for fuck's sakes.
But yeah, I think Sheldon, I mean, it's not official yet, but they did rumor that he's going to be going over to Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series next year. So he's going to a much, much better team, way faster than these Chevys. So he's going to be laughing. I honestly think this is good for both Creed and Austin Hill. I think they're going to be better separated from each other.
Right.
But it's going to build a rivalry on the track next year.
There's gonna be, I was gonna say, there's gonna be a lot of shit going down. I mean, we just saw a rivalry between Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin this year. We saw the rivalry last year with Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin. We've seen our fair share of rivalries.
We saw the rivalry with Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin just likes making friends.
Yep. Well, Kyle Busch too. When he was bad, he was making some friends too.
Oh yeah, but
Joey Logano too out there making friends.
Oh, Joey Logano made a friend this weekend when he wrecked Ty Gibbs and almost wrecked him into Denny Hamlin. I really do think that was on purpose. I really do think that Joey Logano was trying to push Ty Gibbs into Denny Hamlin, because I don't know if you saw, but on the onboard camera, but Denny Hamlin went past Joey and flipped him off. So
I didn't see that. What?
Yeah, he flipped him off after Joey wrecked Ty Gibbs, because Ty Gibbs almost got into Denny Hamlin. So Denny let him know that you're number one, buddy.
He's like, yeah, you're number one. You're number one. Yeah, you're number one. That's a good number one.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's Martinsville for you though. It's pulled some drama. I mean, we saw Matt Kenseth, plowed Logano into the wall in 15. Logano and Truex were bumping and grinding. Hamlin and Bowman going at it. Ty Gibbs taking out Brandon Jones last year.
That's just short track racing, man. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that it was actually really good this time around, because I still didn't see a whole lot of tire fall off. There was a lot of guys who didn't pit for like 50 laps, and there was guys who had fresher tires than them, and they were still just like racing really hard with them when they should have been blowing past by them. So it doesn't really seem like the tire is wearing like it should.
Yes.
It's staying on the car way too long. So they still got to figure out this package with these short tracks, but the drivers made it interesting. with
He
all the
did.
bumping and banging, and man, that's how short track racing should be.
And speaking of drivers, Ian, you could have never convinced me at the beginning of the season that Ryan Blaney would be in the championship four. What a fucking race by him on Sunday.
Dude, and he didn't even need to win to get into the championship four. He was just so good in the second half of the playoffs. Just a real consistent driver. It's about time that Ryan Blaney made it into the Final Four because he has shown so much growth and strength over the years.
Absolutely.
And now it's his time, man. It's his time. I feel like he is in the best opportunity to win this championship because the last two races at Phoenix, he was the runner-up.
Yes, sir. And we got, a driver too that won the that won in Phoenix earlier this year with William Byron and Blaney too. He raced that clean. Once he got ahead of once he got ahead of Hamlin, it was pretty much all over from there. And that save. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Phoenix is going to be really, really good to the driver in the number 12 car. I will say that.
I really hope so. And really, I feel like Xfinity should be a good weekend in general for all the championships with the trucks, the Xfinity, the Cup. Happy to see Allgaier in the Final Four for the Cup, or Xfinity, excuse me.
Yeah, going to be chasing another one. He's been in this position many times. So, I mean, there's still pressure, but it's not a whole lot of pressure like what Sam Mayer might be feeling or these other guys. But I think him and Cole Custer have the best opportunity to win a championship. But honestly, mostly Justin Allgaier just because he's really, really good at Phoenix. He's got multiple wins there. So I really do hope that this is his weekend to do it.
Sam Mayer, another driver too, we would have never thought would be in the championship for this year.
He showed up this year, man. He started winning on them road courses. He got his first oval win when he won Homestead. So he's really showed up, and he can win a championship. So this kid's starting to get good.
Absolutely, and this championship should be good. Playing a good game of catch up in our fantasy league, at least for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I haven't even been paying attention.
Well, I've been on a little bit of a tear lately. I've won the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So anyway, Ian,
but before we close out the NASCAR thing, I just want to say I don't know if I'm going to be putting too much focus on the championship this weekend, but it's Kevin Harvick's last race, man. This is it. We got one race left, and it's at his best track ever at Phoenix Raceway, where he has the most wins out of any track in his career. Dominated here. It's just so sad to see it come to an end. It really hit me watching the Martinsville race. Like, man, he only has one race after this, so it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because watching NASCAR is not going to be the same next year without rooting for Kevin Harvick.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because when he came in 2001, after Earnhardt Steph, you had all the OGs racing with him back in the day. Junior, Gordon, Johnson, Stewart. I'm leaving out more, but
yeah,
that's another OG gone. Oh, Kurt Busch.
Kevin's the last one of the early 2000s drivers that are gone. So it's crazy to see, man. I grew up. I've been a Kevin Harvick fan ever since I've gained consciousness, man. Like I was 3 years old, almost 3 years old when I started rooting for that 29 car. So I don't know, man. It feels like a part of my life is being taken away.
All good things come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Ian, let's do our picks for racing this weekend for the championships. Let's start with the trucks. I think we have a good idea of who we're going to pick, who we're picking. I'm going to go Hocevar, man. This kid's been on a serious tear lately.
You are going to go Mr. Carson Hocevar, are you? And you know what, Pat? That is a really good pick. I mean, this guy has been insane all year, been clicking off wins, been in the Cup Series, been destroying it with that 42, outrunning what Noah Gragson could. But that being said, it's still Carson Hocevar. I still think he's going to make a mistake. I'm going to go for a guy who's been in this position before, and he had a really good time doing it when he won. I'm going for Mr. Benjamin Rhodes. Going to
I
win
like
this
that too.
championship. Real quiet season all year long. I can really see him clicking this off, getting another championship, and then getting wasted again on his media conference, in his media press conference, because that was one of the best post-championship press conferences I have ever seen in my life.
That'd be pretty cool to see if that happens.
Oh man, I love Benjamin Rhodes.
Xfinity? Let's go Allgaier.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Justin Allgaier. For my heart, I say Justin and skill, just because he's so good here, and I love this guy. I don't think there's anyone else that can win this championship but Justin Allgaier.
Anybody but Nemechek, please.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather not have Sam Mayer win. I still am not a big fan of this guy. So
That too.
honestly, either Cole or Justin wins it. I like both of those guys. I'd be happy, but see Justin do it.
Yes,
That'd be
sir.
even sweeter.
And for the final one, the Cup. 4 drivers with winnable chances. This guy I'm going to pick has been really good all year. Consistent on the track. I'm going to go Willie B.
Yep, 2-4. That's what I was thinking you were gonna take. But I gotta go with the guy who's just got so much momentum on right now. I'm going for that 12 car, Ryan Blaney. Like I said early in the show, he's got 2 runner-ups past 2 races here at Phoenix.
Oh, yes.
Really good. Joey Logano won the championship at Phoenix last year. They just got to give him the same setup that Joey Logano had when he just ran away from everybody for that entire race. He just dominated that. Give that same setup to that 12 car. Let him win a championship. And with all my picks there, this weekend will make Mr. Michael Gamble a very, very happy man.
I know. He's been winning a bit of money lately in our money league.
He automatically wins $400 because no one else in our betting group has a driver in the final 4.
Are you serious?
So he automatically gets that $50 from everybody.
That's so funny. Yeah, the money league. I know for money that Chase was the only driver in our money league that did not make the playoffs. So I'll be waiting for that last place trophy soon.
Yeah, well, so right now you're up $10.
Okay.
Well, actually, that's after Homestead. So right now you're up $5. I'm pretty sure Chase will not win Phoenix, so you're going to be at $0. No. So all you're going to owe is $50.
Yep.
So hey, that's not bad. That's going to be better than me. I think by the end of the season, I am going to be owing $185. I only had 1 money win. So, don't gamble, kids. It's bad for you.
Yeah, no shit.
You'll end up a drunk, homeless, divorced piece of shit. That's what gambling does to you.
Yep. Well, anyway, that'll wrap up for our NASCAR segment. Hard to believe that the season's almost over, but y'all can catch us in Daytona in February. I'm excited for that race.
Oh boy, Daytona is going to be exciting. First points paying race of the season. Nothing better than Daytona 500. First time doing it for all of us, so we're in for a treat.
We're going to have to look into plane tickets soon.
Yeah, that, and I still got to rent our car.
Awesome. Well, anyway, we're going to wrap up our segment. We are going to wrap up the show now with our big 3 and our fantastic and bonehead play of the week. This week's big 3 is our big 3 Halloween movies. Lots of good options out there. Ian, I will let you pick your movies.
All right. I'm going to do these in order of like my favorites, but my first one, it's not just one movie, it's all the movies, the scary movies. Those are so good, and they're so funny. They do all the parodies off of all the big horror movies like Scream, The Ring. Dude, it's you've seen them, right?
Yes, sir. It's been a while.
They are the best. Scream 3, I think, is my favorite just because it has Charlie Sheen in it. It's so funny. My second one, I will have to go with The Purge Election Day. That is such a great movie. The Purge is such a great franchise of movies, man. It's just like, man, what if this stuff actually happened? Like there was like violence allowed for 24 hours. That would be insane. My third one, I don't know. I'm not a big like horror movie guy, but I am gonna go with Scooby-Doo and The Ghoul School.
Those Scooby-Doo movies not disappoint.
That Cyber Chase is one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies. The Witch's Ghost is a really good one as well.
Monsters Unleashed?
Yes. I mean, all the old Scooby-Doo movies are just fantastic.
Oh, those are great movies, Ian. Well, for my big 3 Halloween movies, I mean, you can't go wrong about the Halloween movies in general. Halloween.
Michael Myers. Absolute classic. I mean, the movies with the serial killers are just really, really good. I mean, or Jason, was Scream. I mean, all those movies are just really good. And those are the horror movies I like, where they're kind of like slashers.
Yes.
I'm not a big like Paranormal Activity guy or like Evil Dead Rising. No, man, like special effects are too good nowadays. That shit will be in my nightmares. I'm fine with a little bit of stab 'em ups. I'm fine with that.
My next one, and this is a good one right here. You can't go wrong about The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy.
Classic, dude. Classic. Eddie Murphy is one of the best.
Oh yes, that's been one of my go-tos for Halloween. I actually had it on last night. I just cannot stop watching that movie.
There you go.
And my last one, Ghostbusters, man.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Absolute classic. Ghostbusters, one of my favorite movies. Great
movies. What do you think of the new one that came out in 2016?
I didn't even see it.
Oh, okay, it's all right.
Yeah. I guess an honorable mention for another movie, Monster House. That is such a great movie.
I remember when that came out. I wanted to watch that movie so badly.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it. I was in Cub Scouts. My dad was our pack leader, and we went camping. And we were gonna do. They had like this big like outdoor like kind of festival, I guess, where they had music and food and all this stuff. But it rained, and so they canceled it. And so my dad was like, "Oh, what the hell do we do with all these kids?" So he so it was in Woodstock, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Where they filmed Groundhog Day. And we went to that movie theater that's there in Woodstock, and we saw Monster House.
That's a good one. You can't go wrong with Monster House.
Yeah, I remember when we went there, and my dad was like, "Yeah, this is where they filmed Groundhog Day." I was like, "No shit, it's pretty cool."
I might have to throw on Monster House after this.
Dude, Monster House. Yeah, Abby had it on the other day. This is such a great movie.
Well, that'll do it for our Halloween segments for Big Three. Now let's go on to our fantastic and bonehead play of the week. Ian, start things off. I'm sure there's some scary plays that are going to scare the players.
Oh yeah. So my fantastic and bonehead are all in the same game.
Oh, I love to hear this.
Fantastic play of the week is Connor Bedard getting that beautiful slap shot last night. First goal of the game against the Arizona Coyotes. Really just showing this kid's strength. He is unbelievable. Best hockey player in the NHL right now. Then my bonehead is the Blackhawks allowing 8 more goals after that goal happened, and then we lost 8-1.
So, those are good picks, Ian. Well, my fantastic play of the week, Adolis Garcia makes his appearance once again. Walk-off homer in Game 1 of the World Series to start an excellent World Series.
Beautiful.
Up 2-1. We expect that to go to 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These teams are just so well matched up. How can it not go to Game 7 or 6? Either way.
Exactly.
It's a thrilling season. It already has been a thrilling series.
Yep. And my bonehead play of the week goes to RCR for throwing Sheldon Creed under the bus. I get it, he's leaving, but come on now. Like,
can't do that.
He was racing for
it's very unprofessional.
Racing for his first win. He and Austin Hill get into some beef. He comes up short, and then everyone has to take their anger out on Sheldon Creed when Sheldon was really not in the wrong.
Yep. And Sheldon was completely correct. I don't know if you saw the video of Andy Petrie going up and yelling at Sheldon.
I did.
But when Andy was walking away, Sheldon was like, man, if Austin did that to me, you wouldn't have said shit. And it's true.
It is true.
Really, it is true because Austin Hill is now their new boy. And he's leaving, and they don't. It has really seemed that they really haven't given him the amount of power that Austin Hill's been getting in that 21. So it seems like they've been kind of Kyle Busching him all season. With what happened to Kyle Busch last year with Joe Gibbs, when it just seemed like they were not giving him any good race cars. So I really do think that RCR was holding him back. And I think he's going to be able to compete for a championship next year when he steps into the 19, 18, 54, whatever the hell they're going to open up for him over at Joe Gibbs.
For sure. And that wraps up the show. Ian, as always, a great episode of the Kodos Mojo, even though some things like to piss us off, like the Bears.
Yeah, great show as always. Love talking sports with you as always, man. I hope everyone has a safe and happy Halloween. Get all the candy you want. Watch some scary movies. Don't get arrested. And hopefully we'll see you guys back here on the show next week.
Next week, we're going to talk some college basketball.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. We've already had the exhibition games started. Hey, we didn't even talk college football here.
We will next week, though.
Yeah, good, because I don't even want to talk about that Purdue-Nebraska game. I really thought you were going to bring it up on this show. I thought you were going to have some bragging rights going on here.
Go big red. That's all I got to say.
Guess so, man. Ain't nothing else going for us. So, because we play Michigan this weekend. So, yep, we're getting ass rammed.
Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the Kodos Mojo. We will see you next time.